The New York Yankees are 7-1 in their last 8 games, and Giancarlo Stanton put on his big boy pants in extra innings.
And I'm back, y'all.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.
Scorpio.
Good morning, Yankees universe, and welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Thursday, August 21st. Like always, I'm your guy Hector, joined by the compañeros this morning. I got my guy, the Ace Avenue, and the lovely Grace Monroe is back, y'all. I think everybody missed you, Grace. I definitely do. How you guys feeling this morning? Let's start with Grace.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to be back, y'all. I missed everybody so much too. Ace, thank you so much for coming through in the clutch. We might as well start calling you Giancarlo Stanton because you've been carrying us and helping us in the clutch when we need you the most. So thank you so much for helping me out. Y'all, I was sick, like horribly sick. And then I had some family obligations I had to take care of, but I'm so glad to be back. And the Yankees also seem like they're back. Ace, how are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Man, I'm feeling good. Feels good to be back on here. I appreciate you guys as always. The thumbnail said we back, but it's so good to have her back. Grace is here. Put those W's in the chat for Grace Monroe. Good vibes only right now for the New York Yankees heading into a big series, and I'm ready for it.
Yes, I'm ready for it. Yankee fans, I know you are ready for it. Like I said, the New York Yankees are 7-1 in their last 8 games. They get ready to take on the Boston Red Sox tonight in the Bronx. I'll be live at the stadium on the Tiki Talk, so make sure you guys are following on all social media platforms. It is 65 degrees in New York City, and it is a happy Thursday. And we're going to start off this Thursday with my guy, El Consigliere Joe, with the $5 super chat, helping us keep the lights on over here, who says, good morning, Hector. Good morning, Grace. And good morning, A. Shout out to everybody who's watching us on TikTok. Definitely appreciate you. My man Dubstep is in the building. Shout out to you. Lorenzo is in the building. Alexander Molina is in the building. How you guys doing? Dreadhead Nick. Let's shout out everybody who is watching us on the tube. That is the Yube. We have Tina in the building. Shout out to our good friend Tina, who is dropping the Yankees Discord in the chat. If you guys want to join a dope Discord, click the link in the tree. The link tree has the link to the Discord. Right here in the chat is the link as well. Shout out to Theo Nosebleed section that is in the building. C Money is in the building. Salute. FL Divers in the building. Shout out to you. Our good friend Nathaniel Crenshaw. Nathaniel, how you doing? Salute. We have the People's Champ, El Theo Dennis in the building. Guys, like always, hit that like button, hit that follow button. Grace, I just want to ask you, right?
Oh my gosh. Ask me.
It says the Yankees are back, right? It says the Yankees are back. We're going to start off with last night's game. And I want to start off with one person specifically, Giancarlo Stanton. Talk about Giancarlo Stanton. How are you feeling about El Stanton?
Sorry.
Giancarlo Stanton getting her all hot and bothered.
Sorry.
That's what it is.
Sorry. Giancarlo, playing like it's 2017 Stanton, is back, baby. Actually, he never left. Some of us know this man never left us. But while he was sort of rehabbing his elbows, there were so many questions surrounding this guy. When he comes back, will he be able to contribute? Will he be able to hit? Is he washed? Should we DFA him? These were the types of conversations Yankees fans were having online in discourse. It was craziness. Now, Giancarlo Stanton seems like he has been on a one-man mission for a ring. He has put the team on his back in so many different scenarios just over the past month that he has been back. This man is batting over 300. This man has hit 15 home runs. And most of his time has been as a DH or pinch hitting. Now, with 0 elbows, but all the confidence in the world, the man is playing right field. Like, you cannot ask for more out of a guy, a leader, a brother, a uncle, as they call him, on the team than Giancarlo Stanton. He's absolutely been a glorious comeback story, if you want to paint it that way, of this season.
No, 100%. Again, everybody that's in that chat, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Cal on Twitter, he put on X or Twitter, however you want to call it. He said Giancarlo Stanton deserves a ring more than any other player on the New York Yankees. He ate the mierda when he struggled, took it on the chin, and comes back and comes up in clutch time after time after time. My effing guy. Ace, I want to toss it over to you because what he said, I think many Yankee fans echo the same sentiment. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, Giancarlo Stanton, in one word, is him. It's as simple as that. Like, we know the greatness of this guy at the end of the day. He has been our best player as of late, and that includes a lineup that includes Aaron Judge. The predicament that we've been in with Aaron Judge not being able to play right field, Giancarlo Stanton has been a trooper, to say the least. If he needs to go out there in right field, he's played a good right field. Hasn't come back to bite us. If he's need the pinch hit, come off the bench, which career-wise, he hasn't been a great pinch hitter. But it just goes to show you how great this man is, that he stepped up his play this year when we needed him most. And yesterday's home run, dude, I said it during the live stream, that might have been, from a momentum standpoint, the biggest home run of 2025 because the Yankees are cruising. Like you had said, won 7 of the last 8 games. Huge series versus the Boston Red Sox this weekend. If you lose that game in the fashion that you lost yesterday, all the momentum goes right out the window. And Giancarlo Stanton was able to keep that momentum in our favor. And who would have thought, heck, we were giving him a hard time last time. I know Grace does too. Who would have thought Austin Wells would wake up last night as well in a big game? But yeah, so that Giancarlo Stanton is him. What a great victory. And let's take this momentum heading into New York versus Boston.
Absolutely. And El Consigliere Joe with a $10 super chat helping us keep the lights on over here. El Consigliere, thank you for helping us keep the lights on and helping us get some money when it comes to buying pizzas and extra goodies for the stream. But shout out to Consigliere Joe who says, let's clarify this. It was fair weather Yankee fans doing the dissing when it comes to Giancarlo Stanton and not true Yankee fans. And we've had this conversation coming into the season, knowing that Giancarlo Stanton was dealing with the injuries that he was dealing with. He had an amazing World Series run. Look at what he's doing right now when he's rested. I said it in the beginning of the season. As much as I want to see Giancarlo Stanton hitting home runs in April, hitting home runs in May, and even hitting home runs in June, I cared about August and September leading up into October. And I'm going to tell you right now, I know a lot of people are saying that, oh, the Yankees, they're just beating up on bad teams and, whatever it is and looking at the records of the other team. Regardless of the records of the St. Louis Cardinals, the Minnesota Twins, right? The Yankees are beating the teams that are in front of them when the Yankees were going through a bad little spiral. And anytime a team goes through a bad spiral, any way that you can right the ship or motivate your team, get some good momentum on your squad, you welcome it. And if that's taking advantage of teams that are at 500 or out of the playoff picture, you do it. Regardless, the Yankees are 7-1. Nobody talks about the LA Dodgers having to play the Colorado Rockies 11, 12, 14 times. Nobody's talking about the Toronto Blue Jays when they went on a 10-game winning streak. 2 of those series was against teams that were under 500. But because it's the New York Yankees, everybody wants to poke at the bear.
That's it. And these teams, they've had stretches all through the season where they played trash team. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say trash. But teams that weren't as strong and they were able to pad their record. Well, guess what? It's the Yankees' turn to pad their record. It just so happens that our padding is coming at the end of the series. Sorry about you, but it's not our fault, but we're taking care of business. Moving on past the Boston Red Sox series, we have, I think, 9 games coming up with teams that are below 500 or right at 500. If we could somehow swing, 6 wins out of there, I mean, we're only 4 games back in the division. We are the top wild card seed as of now. Things are looking really possible. That's why today's headline was "We are back" or "Are we back?" I mean, we're getting hot at the right time. For once, let's keep it going, Yanks, because this is the dream. get hot at the end, run that momentum right into the postseason, and ride it all the way to a World Series.
I just got to say, on YouTube right now, guys, we're sitting at 5,666 subscribers. I don't like those last three numbers, so if somebody can hit that subscribe button, let's get the number up. But I just got to say, I want to be petty for a second. While I was after the game, or while the game was going on, I was live on TikTok. Ace was doing his thing on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to my man Ace. The link to his channel is in the description. And I was on Twitter. I was like, let me tweet during the game. And I saw something from Ace, and I want to bring it on the screen. And he says, I don't want to hear it from Aiden, L.I. Yankee King anymore, that we don't need Giancarlo Stanton. Yo, Ace, when I saw this, I chuckled on stream and everybody was laughing about it. But no, whenever Giancarlo Stanton, especially and most recently, whenever he's come through or hit a home run or gotten a hit, the first person I think about is L.I. Yankee King. I think L.I. is probably the only Yankee fan that is out there that is rooting for the downfall of Giancarlo Stanton. Just so you can be like, see, told you guys, I was right. Shout out to my guy, L.I. Yankee King. I'm the only person that control L.I. Yankee King. All right, I'm the only person.
Yeah. L.I. Yankee King, the unanimous troll of the Yankee universe. We all know him. We all love him. L.I. is our guy at the end of the day. That's why we love giving him a hard time. But every time Giancarlo Stanton does it, I'm not the only person that goes at him, because he's been, like Grace was talking about, the discourse. L.I. Yankee King has been leading the discourse for about a year and a half. Every time Giancarlo Stanton, does anything bad or anything like that, or, we don't need him, but he's our best player. So every time he does something well, yes, I'm tagging him on Twitter because I know he's punching the air. It's as simple as that. But yeah, man, like, we need this guy. Anybody with eyes can see that he is our best player. This is the time that this team needs to get hot. Like Grace was saying, if you look at our schedule in general, like after this Boston series, yeah, we have 6 games against bottom of the barrel type teams that have sold. But if you look at that September schedule, the first 2 weeks, like you and I had talked about before, Hector, that's a gauntlet. You have to go out there, and this is the time to get hot. And if you go out there and handle your business against the Astros, Blue Jays, Tigers, and Red Sox in that order, and then you're going against more bottom of the barrel teams, this is the time that a team can get hot, start taking off, and holding up that trophy at the end of the year.
Yeah, and when you look at how the Yankees have played in recent weeks, again, regardless of who the competition is, this team has looked like its best version this year. When you look at over the past few games, and I know I've said it, we only win when we hit home runs, but there was a game in St. Louis when that wasn't the case, when we had to score runs, and we was able to score some runs in one of those games. I think it was the last game of the series, if I'm not mistaken. But when you look at how the Yankees have played, the offense has been better. And one key factor is that Aaron Judge has started to turn it around. And when Aaron Judge starts going, that's when this team starts winning. That's when everybody else starts picking it up and starts hitting well. But to have Giancarlo Stanton providing what he's providing after missing damn near half the... Giancarlo Stanton has more home runs than Austin Wells. Giancarlo Stanton has more home runs than damn near majority of the people that are on the team that have been playing for the whole season when he's missed half of the season. 15 home runs he has so far. Mm-hmm. And I think last night they put it. I think I saw it on Twitter. It was a stat. In his last 33 games, he has 13 of those 15 home runs. And his last 33 games he has played.
And they've been big home runs.
He's on fire. I know. And good point, Ace. They've been big home runs. They've been home runs with runners in scoring position, or home runs to put our team ahead. They've been home runs that have come when the pressure has been on, and it's just been absolutely so beautiful.
If I can real quick, I just want to take a quick shout out. Just to shout out Brooks Knows Baseball on TikTok. If you guys are on TikTok, look up Brooke Knows Baseball, an amazing content creator. Brooke, I'm going to shoot you a DM. I would love to have you on the podcast. Again, we love to have conversations with every other different sport fan that is out there. I know we are a Yankee show, but we aren't just Yankee-centric. We love to bring on and have different voices to hear everybody's conversation when it comes about the sport that we love. We love baseball, right? But even with the Yankees winning 7 of their last 8 games, starting to turn it around, there's a reason why I got my favorite basketball player's jersey on. This is his high school jersey, Kobe Bryant, Lower Marion. And that's to say the job's not done. I know a lot of people on Twitter is getting happy. I know a lot of people is talking that ish, but Yankee fans, the job is not done. We just got first place of the wild card. I know the Toronto Blue Jays lost, the Red Sox lost a couple of every other team that we needed to lose have been losing. Right, but we're still 4 games behind the Toronto Blue Jays. Job's not done. Like Ace said, like Grace pointed out too as well, the Yankees have a gauntlet starting in the month of September. My birthday is September 8th. I'm going to have agita because around that time, the Yankees are going to be playing the Blue Jays the 5th, the 6th, or the 7th. So I may have a spectacular birthday, or I may have a very miserable birthday, probably like drinking somewhere by myself, calling Grace and texting Ace at the same time. But somebody else that I want to point out in yesterday's game, and I'll toss it over to you, Ace, since you were doing the watch along. You know, you were analyzing the game. Cam Slitler, we got to talk about this young man because every start it seems like he has gotten better and better and better and better. So, Ace, let's get your thoughts on Mr. Cam.
Not gonna lie, I wanted that perfection yesterday. And it just seemed like it was so easy flowing for him, like 18 up, 18 down. Shout out to Austin Wells, too, for managing a good game, because you also have to realize this is a rookie on top of that. So Austin Wells did a good job with, calling the game for him as well. They seem to be very in sync. He had it going last night, dude. His fastball was hitting velocities that were setting records for the Yankees, as they were saying last night. Like, it was such a good time. Jacob saying I jinxed it. I got no bearing on the game by me saying anything. If anything, I told people, shh. But when it comes to it, like, it's just tradition, man. It's not superstition. But yeah, I mean, Cam Slitler did this damn thing, man. This is a guy that, dude, he reminds me of Garrett Cole, man. And it's not just because the hair or the look or anything like that. Like, he's got some really good stuff. Like, and we got to see a good use of his secondary stuff last night. The breaking balls look really good. The command looked good as well. 18 up and 18 down, even against the Rays team, is no easy feat. These are professional players. For you to retire the side multiple times through the order was good. Now, he did get into some trouble. So Boone did. And the big thing I'm going to say is I'm glad that Boone let him go out there and try to figure it out, even though it was a 2-run lead. Ultimately, he was not the reason why it came back to bite us. But I was very impressed with Cam Slitler. He's definitely, fighting for a potential playoff spot. If he has stuff like this, it's been a long time since the Yankees have developed a good or great pitching prospect. Maybe we have one on our hands. We can only hope.
Guys, we got over 80 people watching us collectively, 36 on YouTube. We're sitting on 17 likes. If you guys can, hit that like button. Let's get the likes up. Let's run the likes up on the stream. Hit that subscribe button as well. I want to point back to this graphic. Shout out to Fireside Yankees, our guys over there. But they put the stat line, 6 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs, 8 strikeouts. Those 2 walks came in the 7th inning. What was impressive to me was his composure on the mound, right? The way he was able to get out of innings, minimizing his usage when it came to his pitch count. I think that was something that was very big. I think going into the 5th inning, he was at 46 pitches. So if it wasn't for the umpire and you could like, right, it was below 50 pitches going into the 5th inning.
Very efficient inning. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very efficient when it came to his pitch count. And everybody wants to point to the umpires. And the umpires, sometimes they take away, sometimes they give, right? But even when the umpires, when they throw that wrench in, right? When they throw that little thing and kind of trip you up, you want to see how a rookie or a young pitcher is able to rebound. And the way he was able to rebound in that 7th inning, the way he struck out Junior Caminario, that confidence booster. A lot of people were saying Cam, after giving up the hit, should have been taken out. I appreciate Aaron Boone allowing that young kid to get through it. And you could tell, looking in the dugout, he was visibly pissed off with himself that he wasn't able to get out that 7th inning, even though he had probably his best start as a rookie, as a young pitcher for the New York Yankees. He was visibly pissed off at himself that he wasn't able to get the final outs and get out of that inning. Did anybody else notice that, or am I just,
I did.
Notice that as well, right?
Which is good. You want that fire in a player. You know what I'm saying? You want a guy to go out there and care. Same thing with him and another guy that we brought in as well, Jose Caballero, showing that fire out there as well. But, we'll talk about that a little bit. But Cam showed veteran composure for a rookie, and that's what you like to see.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it was – I'm so glad you brought that up, Hector, and Ace echoed the sentiment, and I want to echo it as well. The mental toughness that we're seeing from this guy who just got called up in a literal emergency situation.
Yeah.
If in case of emergency, break glass, and we broke the glass, we pulled Cam Schlittler out of the minors way ahead of schedule. He came up and has not missed a beat. Of course, he's had some learning experiences, but overall, I think I can speak for the three of us, we all can't say enough about this guy's mental toughness and what he's shown us just as far as composure on the mound goes. It is unbelievable that this was only his 5th start, I think, of the year. And the way he was able to navigate through a Tampa Bay lineup, and yeah, I know the Tampa Bay Rays aren't having the type of season that they expected to have or wanted to have this year. However, there is always smoke between the Rays and the Yankees. They're playing at George M. Steinbrenner Field. They are mad. They have something to prove. They're out for blood, okay? Even though they're out of maybe the pennant race this year, they are not rolling over and playing dead, okay? That was not an easy ask of Cam Schlittler, and he was out there and he did an incredible job. And yeah, I want to talk about Jose Caballero. You brought it up, Ace, and we're talking about the umpires and them throwing people out. Cabby, let's talk about this. I want to get y'all's take on Jose Caballero. The stealing, the smack talking, him after the game saying, yeah, I want them to hate me. I want them to hate me? Like, is this the guy we've been praying for?
And it's been pointed out. And one more note real quick I just want to say about Cam Schlittler before I just dip off to talk about Caballero. When you look at Cam Schlittler, a career high 8 strikeouts, 19 whiffs, right, all through six innings. And when you look at his fastball, he has so far on a minimum of 400 pitches this season, the 6th recorded highest fastball in Major League Baseball at 98 miles per hour. And when you face a team like the Toronto Blue Jays that does not strike out, you need guys that can dial it up. You need guys that can hit 98 miles per hour. We got one in the starting rotation with Cam Schlittler, and we got a couple of guys in the bullpen now with David Bednar and Camilo Devoe who can get it up to 98, 99 miles per hour. Devoe has to work on his control. That's an issue. Even though David Bednar, he gave up that double, I honestly thought it was a home run. Honestly, when he looked up, I thought it was a home run. But even with that, he was still able to get out. He was still able to strike out the side, get out of the jam, pass the torch. Devin Williams, you got to give credit to Devin Williams. But back to Jose Caballero, I want to talk about Cabby because that's a guy that when you look back on a team, when they make a run in the postseason, normally there's a trade that happens at the trade deadline that's under the radar, and that's what Jose Caballero was. A trade that was under the radar. We traded a guy, Everson Pereira, who didn't have a spot on the depth chart at the major league level. Caballero, the AL leader in stolen bases, a guy who could play multiple positions, something we have been missing in the absence of Oswaldo Cabrera. He's filled in for Anthony Volpe solidly. He's made amazing plays at third base. He could play the outfield, even though he had a little hiccup when he first came over to the New York Yankees. Jose Caballero has impacted every game that he has been a part of. The mistake in the outfield was a bad one, but every other time he is out there, he has factored into the Yankees winning the game.
Yeah, definitely. One more point about Cam Schlittler because of how great he is. Circling back to him real quick. Also, the thing that no one's talking about that's very impressive. This was his 2nd time going against a Rays team. The first time in his career going against a team twice. So normally hitters have an advantage when they see a pitcher the 2nd time, but he went out there and absolutely dominated. So we might, between him and Will Warren, the rookies are kind of leading the charge right now for the New York Yankees, which bodes and which says a lot for us. Now, to Jose Caballero, I'm going to tell you this. Jose, like for real, dude, he might be the best acquisition that we got at the deadline. Bednard was great, no doubt. Bird got sent down immediately. You know, he's a project. Duvall. I do think Duvall has high upside, has to work on the command, like you had said. But Caballero, to Grace's point that Grace was screaming to the heavens for the Yankees for months to get Anthony Volpe some help. Caballero can be that guy that lights the fire under Anthony Volpe's ass and gives him a much needed day off. We saw it one time where Volpe's not out there, hurting himself. Grace is saying, help this kid. And the Yankees did that by getting themselves a guy that is versatile like Caballero. He's gone out there and done everything that we asked for on top of showing so much passion. And shame on those umpires last night. Umpires got the biggest ego in all of sports. They need to be checked for real. Because if he's walking away, let him go, because thankfully it didn't hurt us yesterday because the moves that were made prior, you had the defensive replace Giancarlo Stanton out there because of what had happened with Caballero getting thrown out, even though he was walking away. So umpires need to get checked on that. But Caballero's been a great trade and a guy that we have under control for the future of the New York Yankees.
His speed on the base paths, let me interject real quick, Hector. His speed, I'm like, what? And they're throwing stats out on the broadcast like he's the best base runner in baseball, the fastest, what was it? Fastest base runner, most stolen bases? I don't remember.
No, he's
but I was like, what?
Stolen bases.
Yep. I'm like, I didn't know that. I mean, I've just been thrilled with the energy that he's brought. He's had maybe a reduced role on the team so far, but man, when he's in there, he packs a powerful punch for the Yankees and makes himself an indispensable weapon to employ at just the right time. And when it is deployed, he comes through. And it's been so amazing. A shot in the arm. Absolutely. Heck.
Dare I may say it allows Aaron Boone to manage late in the game by having a guy that you could just throw out there and move pieces around. We talk a lot of Yankee fans, we like to poo-poo on this front office because we're so analytical driven. We're trying to be the Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah, we were trying to be the Tampa Bay Rays without having players that fit into that mold. Guys that can play multiple positions, guys that are speedy, guys that can play great defense. And that's what Jose Caballero is. And I don't think it's a mistake, right? Or not a mistake. That's not the proper word to use. I don't think it's an accident. There you go. I don't think it's an accident. Ever since Jose Caballero got in that locker room, got in the Yankees lineup, everybody else who has speed has been stealing bases. Anthony Volpe has all of a sudden has remembered how to steal bases. Jazz Chisholm is stealing bases. Jason Dominguez is stealing bases. Even though he's like sliding off or whatever, he's still stealing some bases here and there and stuff like that. So Trent Grisham, Cody Bellinger, they're stealing bases as well. So ever since Caballero has came and the Yankees have added that as a tool, as a weapon for them to use, this offense has looked a lot better, especially when we're not hitting home runs. And I know I say it, we only score and we only win when we hit home runs. But in the past couple of weeks, in the past week, over this past 8-game stretch, there was a game against the Minnesota Twins where we wasn't relying on the home run. And there was one game against St. Louis, we wasn't relying on the home run, and we won both games.
Yeah. Yo, we won a game in extra innings on the road.
Well, technically, that's our house. So,
that's our
place.
If you want to be technical, it's still the Yankees minor league complex. But I'm going to say this right now.
Oh, my God. Clip that, Heck. That was hilarious.
2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago, we lose that game.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we lose that game. Before the trade deadline, we lose that game. In the middle of June, we lose that game. I think the team has gotten through that June swoon. I want to take a second real quick. Guys, if you guys can, throw some prayers in the chat for our friend Theo, big time Jerry Cadell, who will be going for an MRI on Wednesday. He's dealing with something called a corazon. Big time Jerry Cadell, prayers with you. We are here for you. You have my number. If you need anything, big time Jerry, hit me up, reach out. You are a valuable member of this community, and we love you, and we want to make sure that you're good. We appreciate you. Shout out to Jason Custodio, who is in the building. Aiden Kaiba NYY, this is our guy, the artist formerly known as LI Yankee King, who says, with Cam this year, Yankee fans must trust their youth, not just older, past their prime players. I want to just add one more thing, and it's about Cam Slitter. I'm sorry, but...
The Cam show.
The Cam show. It's basically the Cam show. But like Ace said, bring it up, the comparisons to Garrett Cole. And I brought it up on the show. Speaking with people that I know connected with the New York Yankees, working media at the stadium. Shout out to Latino Sports. It's one thing when us fans compare him to Garrett Cole or to Justin Verlander. That was a lot of people doing. I like that comparison. It's one thing when we do that. But when Max Fried, when Garrett Cole, when Carlos Rodon, when other people that are part of the Yankees coaching staff, when they start saying it, you need to start paying attention. And when you look at Cam Slittler, you can tell, right, that Matt Blake, Cam Slittler is listening to Matt Blake. When you're watching the game, right, pay attention next time Cam Slittler is starting, right? You see when the offense is out there, Matt Blake and Cam Slittler are going through the game plan. They're looking at the iPad. He's listening to Matt Blake. And there's one thing when you have a coach that's saying something and the player's not really listening or soaking it all in. But when you see a player soaking it all in and going out there and producing and start after start after start has been better, that's something that you cherish while you're watching as a fan. Again, if you're a young baseball fan that's out there, enjoy what you're watching right now, because what you're watching with Cam Slittler, it may be different because of the velocity, but this is what I was watching when Ching-Ming Wang first came up with the New York Yankees. When Ching-Ming Wang first came up, he wasn't throwing gas. He was more of a ground ball pitcher, a sinking fastball type of guy. As he went on, he developed that slider, he developed that changeup, he started striking guys out, and that injury happened and set him back. But Cam Slittler, again, this is the Cam show. Sorry about that.
I mean, you're making great points, Heck. And we're talking about these young people who have been able to step up for the Yankees this season. What about Will Warren? Because let's talk about what Will Warren came in and did for us not too long ago, when none of our starters, and this was a whole, discourse all the Yankees fans were talking about at the time. Our starters were giving us 4 innings. Our starters were giving us 3. Our starters were giving us nothing to work with. The bullpen was cooked. The bullpen was exhausted and smoked. Even we just added 3 new arms to the bullpen at the trade deadline, and they could not help us because our starters were continuously putting us in a position that the bullpen could not carry. And who is the pitcher that came in and said, I'm fixing to go 7 tonight. I'm gonna get you into the 7th inning tonight. It wasn't a veteran guy. It wasn't even the former Rookie of the Year last year. It was William Warren. William Warren. Yeah.
Will
Warren came in and set a new tone for the pitching staff. The next night, Rodon went out there and held up his end of the bargain too. Then we had Cam coming through. Then tonight we have Luis Hill. This has been a trend that I think it's not too much to say was started by Will Warren recently. We have so much to thank him for, and I know he's had a few rough starts and he got blown up by the Dodgers, whatever. All you can ask from a rookie, I say this all year, all you can ask from a rookie is that they're getting better, that they're improving, that you're seeing them adjust and make strides and grow. Will Warren has done nothing but that all season. Cam Slittler has been growing right before our eyes. We have so much to be thankful for. Ben Rice behind the dish so much more. I mean, even his first base defense has been looking better. His bat obviously has been incredible. I know he's technically not a rookie anymore, but as all the diehards know, he's getting more playing time this year than he ever has. So you can lump him in with that group, I think. We have all these people stepping up. Giancarlo Stanton stepping up when he's got no elbows. I mean, Judge is on the way back. Things are heading in the right direction, right?
Yeah. So it looks like definitely. Grace is right. The contributions that we've gotten from these young players, not just rookies, has been like a godsend, no doubt. Where there's a Will, there's a Warren. Will Warren has stepped up great this year.
That's fire. That's fire.
That was awesome.
Will's been great. Like Will's high highs, now a couple of low lows, but that's all part of the game right there. At one point in time, he was leading all rookie pitchers in strikeouts. Will Warren is that good. Even though he doesn't have it's crazy how you have these two separate pitchers, right? And Cam Slittler and Will Warren, right? That are complete 180s of each other. You got Cam, who's the gas thrower, and then you got Will, who's more the finesse type guy. Will has really good secondary stuff. You have to when you don't have overpowering stuff like that. And I'm also going to add another young guy in the mix that we take for granted because he's already solidified with us. Luis Hill.
Yep.
Luis Hill coming off of 2 good starts. If he can be anything, and he's starting tonight, Luis Hill is on the hill, and we hope that he dominates Boston tonight. But he's another guy that if he comes through, that's 3 Yankee pitching prospects that are dominating and helping lead this team when the Yankees aren't known for developing these pitchers. And they gave you not 1, not 2, but 3 guys that have helped us out because Max Fried seems to have lost himself. This Hector and I talked about this like on Tuesday. Max Fried is probably kind of getting put on notice right here. If you have a bad start against Boston, we might see a little phantom IL stint from him. Something.
Yeah, I can see that.
Carlos Rodon has had ups and downs. Now he's balled out as well. He had his last outing was really good. He had to work through it. A little bit of command issues, but we're going to chalk that up to his sweatiness because we know that is a sweaty individual having a hard time gripping the ball. He was constantly wiping his hands on his pants. So that was a problem. But these 3 young guys, man, have been a godsend. You got to shout out to Brian Cashman with the roster construction on that. And you also have to shout out Matt Blake and company.
Dare us say it, Ace. We got to give credit to Brian Cashman and the Yankees development as scouting, directing when it comes to the minor league system, especially when it comes to their starting pitching. And the Yankees, they have a lot of arms that are on the way. You got Ben Hess, you got Cunningham, you got Carlos LaGrange, you got Rodriguez, who we got from the Boston Red Sox. So the Yankees, they do have some young pitchers that are on the rise a year away. But the guys that are here on the big league roster that are contributing, where would the Yankees be without Will Warren? Where would the Yankees be without Cam Slittler? Luis Hill is back, but before he got injured and is going to be out for like probably next year also, where would the Yankees be without Clark Schmidt? Another young pitcher that the Yankees developed, another guy that came through this system. So as much as Yankee fans love beating up on Brian Cashman, trust me, I'm guilty of it. I know Ace and Grace as well are guilty of it as well. You have to be able to give some credit when credit is due, and credit to Mr. Brian Cashman. I want to be able to show y'all one thing. I sent this to both Ace and Grace. I was live last night on TikTok for the Yankee game, and I kid you not, I swear, the Yankees were losing, and I literally did this right to rally the team back.
You know what? I know what it is. Hold on, guys. I know what it is. They need the Red Ranger back. Giancarlo Stanton as a pinch hitter. Giancarlo.
I couldn't scream. I got neighbors.
I think that's probably. How do you throw?
As much
Will,
as I wanted to scream, I couldn't. As much as I wanted to scream, I couldn't because of my neighbors.
We'll do anything to get you to subscribe around here, okay? So we have resorted to dressing up as Power Rangers. We'll do anything. Please hit that subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all for the views. It's all for the content, right? H?
You know what? I want to say one thing before we move on totally from the pitching. I just want to say I felt like the pitchers were afraid to pitch to contact 2 weeks ago, right? All the errors in the infield piling up, all the defensive miscues, and the narrative, excuse me, around the New York Yankees was very much a microscope on the defense. I'm talking about radio, television, content creators. Everybody was out there railing on the Yankees defense. And it seemed to me like the pitchers were afraid to pitch to contact for what could happen. And so they were chasing strikeouts, which led to more pitches being thrown and got their pitch count so inflated that our pitching staff just wasn't able to go deep into games. When I'm screaming at the TV like you have to trust your defense, they had to earn that trust back from their staff. And they were able to do that just in a short amount of time. Cut down on the errors, moving different guys around, having Jose Caballero able to play, having Rosario back, having these moves that we were able to make, gave the pitching staff more confidence, and that translated into them being more comfortable throwing pitches that could create that soft contact that they could feel confident would be fielded, to get the outs. Now you're seeing the staff being able to go deeper into games overall, and it's been a great thing for the Yankees.
I want to take a second real quick. Shout out to Big Time Jerry Cadell, everybody else that we have in the chat as well that is watching. My guy Ghost is in the building. Mi hermano de la isla is in the building. I want to take a second to pause real quick because there's a video that I want to bring up from Brooke that she put out on TikTok because we're Yankee fans here, right? We love the New York Yankees. The Hall of Fame, the induction just happened. We're going to talk about Devin Williams. I want to play this video real quick because this is a conversation that I think should be happening. I think this is something that the Hall of Fame should do when it comes to putting Thurman Munson in the Hall of Fame. I know there's some older Yankee fans like Big Time Jerry Cadell and other Yankee fans that watch us that may want to chime in. So like I said, make sure you guys follow Brooke Knows Ball on TikTok. But this is her Thurman Munson video, and it's just like a minute and a half. We'll be right back.
Sometimes it's up to us to right the wrongs of the past. Thurman Munson wasn't flashy, not loud, just a catcher with grit. Rookie of the Year, MVP, 7-time All-Star, 3 Gold Gloves, 2 rings, all before the age of 33. He was the Yankee captain. He played through pain daily. Broken fingers, foul tips, bruises. Pitchers trusted him completely. Teammates followed without question. When chaos hit the clubhouse, Munson held it together. He was the heartbeat of the Yankees. Then came August 2nd, 1979. Munson was living his best life. His happy place was flying. That afternoon in Canton, Ohio, his aircraft went down hard, and the captain was gone. 32 years old. That night, the Yankees played. His locker sat untouched, waiting. His empty catcher's gear remained. Fans wept openly in the stands. Bobby Mercer drove in 5 runs. He swore Munson guided him. The team played for Thurman, a captain already immortalized. Munson's career never declined. It was stolen by tragedy. His resume was already complete. MVP, Rookie of the Year, Captain, Champion. The Hall of Fame is supposed to tell the story of baseball, and you cannot tell the story of the 1970s, of Yankee Stadium under the lights, of the Bronx Zoo, of October nights in New York, without Thurman Munson. Cooperstown is not complete without him, because Thurman Munson was more than a catcher. He was the soul of the Yankees, and when his plane went down, a part of baseball went down with him. For more content like this, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, and follow, because Brooke knows ball.
Shout out to Brooks Knows Bro. Like I said, an amazing content creator. Been following her on TikTok for a minute. Dope content creator. I'm going to try to reach out to have her on, whether it's a panel on TikTok or YouTube. We're definitely going to have her on. But I think that's a conversation that a lot of old school Yankee fans, like my uncle, is somebody who is big on Thurman Munson going into the Hall of Fame. I want to get your thoughts real quick. Double A, I see you. Thank you for the super chat. But Grace, let's get your take on that and throw it over to Ace before we redirect the conversation to Devin Williams. And shout out to Brooke. Brooke Knows Ball. Make sure you guys follow her on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that much about, I was not alive. I don't know that much about Thurman Munson. That was a cool video, but I do agree with you. I hear our older Yankees fans in the fam talk about him all the time. And, you know, I definitely think he has at least a case to be heard there.
What about you, Ace?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Also, small world, because I actually followed her, Brooke Knows Baseball, a couple of days ago on Instagram. So follow her on her IG as well. Does great work. These are the type of videos that build attention for a case for a guy to be able to make it. Now, MLB's 100%. Hall of Fame seems to be very stingy, right? Some guys will get in, some guys won't. Like, we know the PED guys aren't going to get in, even though they should get in. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. But, you know, great video on top of that. Thurman Munson, you know, just added to a lot of great list of Hall of Fame Yankee catchers that should be in there. Like Grace and you were saying, a lot of the older fans, you know, we didn't get a chance to really watch him, but the case is made by a lot of guys that are older, and he definitely has a case to be in there. And like I said, videos like the one that Brooke made definitely bring attention to it, and hopefully one day he does get in there.
It's a question of quality over quantity, right? Where you're looking at, you know, did he have 3,000 hits because his career was cut short? But if you look at the career quality, and you have to ask yourself, and we have to ask ourselves as baseball fans, do we want the Hall of Fame just to be loaded with people who had longevity? Or do we want the Baseball Hall of Fame to be loaded with the best quality of players? Sometimes that quality isn't the longevity that allows you to have 3,000 hits and 700 home runs because of the years being shorter. So I think that's a conversation we definitely need to bring up and have, and content creators like Brooke bringing it up is a great thing to see.
Yeah. And like Ace said, amazing video on top of it. Shout out to Double A in the chat who says he was alive because Double A is the fittest 60-year-old that I know in my lifetime. Shout out to Double A, the real Captain America, who says he was the captain. Shout out to Double A. I appreciate you. But going back to what Double A with the super chat, I want to get this real quick. Before we jump into the Devin Williams conversation, because Jacob brought it up earlier, with the $4.99 super chat helping us keep the lights on over here on YouTube. Appreciate you, Double A, who said, I said it. We are in playoff mode. Why is Boone sitting Giancarlo? Big G, salute. I'm going to give my take on it, and then I want you guys to chime in. I see the argument of wanting to have Giancarlo Stanton out there, but you have to put into context. The Yankees are on a travel day. Yesterday was a travel day. You were traveling back to the Bronx. As much as I want Giancarlo Stanton in the lineup, having him in the outfield back-to-back days on a travel day back to the Bronx, what do you guys want? You guys want him to be in the lineup on the last game against the Tampa Bay Rays, or do you guys want him to be in game one of a 4-game series against the Boston Red Sox in Yankee Stadium? I would prefer against the Red Sox in Yankee Stadium, but he came up in a pinch hitting situation, was able to come through big time to put the Yankees up. I think the way that Aaron Boone is using Giancarlo Stanton right now is the perfect way to use him. You're keeping him fresh. You're keeping him fresh. You're getting him out there to keep him still, in his rhythm, still seeing live pitching and stuff like that, but you're keeping him fresh. You're not exposing him. You're not running him in the outfield. And I was worried that with Caballero getting thrown out, I brought it up on the stream last night, with Caballero getting thrown out and Giancarlo Stanton having to play right field, knock on wood, the last thing you want is Stanton to pull something going into the Boston Red Sox series. It didn't happen, but that's something that you do not want to happen. Ace, Grace, what's your thoughts? Folks in the chat, let us know as well.
I was praying to little baby Jesus in a manger last night to protect Giancarlo Stanton in right field when he had to go out there last minute notice. He thought he was having a day off, minus perhaps a pinch hit, which he ended up having, which he ended up homering. That notwithstanding, I was like so afraid. And then when somebody hit a liner right up the first base line, it stayed fair. And you could see Giancarlo like literally jogging over there to field the ball. I was like, that's fine. I was watching like, that's fine, baby. You just jog, baby. You just don't worry about a thing. Because I'm just so afraid of him getting hurt. But I mean, you can't keep a good dog down. You know what I mean? Like he's like, yeah, I'll play right field. What do you want? You want me to do this? Sure, I'll do it. Like I have no elbows, but I have I'll do it. I mean, the heart, the baseball heart in this athlete. Yeah. It's Aaron Boone was on Talking Yanks a couple days ago, and he said, when Giancarlo speaks, we listen.
Facts. Yep.
And I was like, that tells me all I need to know about the amount of respect that the clubhouse in general gives Giancarlo Stanton. And the fact that he doesn't speak like all the time, but when he does, you listen. He's such a leader. He's incredible. But yeah, trying to figure out how to use him until Aaron Judge gets fully back to playing the outfield has been, I think Boone has been doing the best job that he could be doing right now. And God, please protect him.
Wait, protect who? Boone?
Giancarlo!
All right, wait. I was like, what do you? Oh yeah, you got a bubble boy. You got a bubble boy, Giancarlo Stanton. Folks in the chat, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. When it comes to subscribers, we're sitting at 5,670 subscribers. Appreciate all the new subs. Thank you guys so much. On the TikTok, guys, keep on double tapping that screen. We are over 1,800 likes, and we got a few extra new followers. Ace, let's get your take when it comes to that Giancarlo's conversation.
Also, like I said, it feels so good to have the lovely Grace Moreau back because Hector and I were struggling with the Southern slang because Hector and I could not come up with the good Southern analogies. Now that Grace is back, she's got them.
Yeah, y'all don't even know how much that means to me because I'm out here saying things. I feel like, do I look stupid? Is everybody in the chat making fun of me? But like to hear that y'all like to hear the Southern slang, like that means so much to me. Thank you for making me feel comfortable.
Yeah, we just couldn't emulate it. When it comes to Giancarlo Stanton, he might not have any elbows, but God gave this man a strong back to carry this team because man, this dude is doing it, man. Like for real. And like Grace was saying, Boone has his work cut out for him, no doubt, to be able to manage the situation until Aaron Judge gets healthy. Now, that whole situation where Boone said one thing about Judge throwing and Judge coming out and saying another is kind of weird to me. But, it's just something that we're going to have to deal with until Judge is 100% healthy. You have to use Stanton sparingly and in good situations to be able to keep him well rested because, like Hector was saying, this isn't the guy we need in April, May, and June. We need him now, and now is when he's showing up. Giancarlo Stanton is him. Big G. Ain't nothing but a G thing.
Facts. And Grace, I'm trying to find where I got those quotes from because I want to read some off to see if I was good with them.
What did I say that made you say that, Ace? What was my slang that I said?
You said something just now in like a Southern drawl, and I was like, dang, we missed that. We didn't. We haven't had that in the last.
Was it you can't keep a good dog down? Y'all, that's not Southern. Is that Southern?
Yeah, we don't. I mean, it's known, but how you said it put a little Southern spin on it. But no, it was something you said before that too.
I don't even know. That. Okay, I don't even know. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I was talking on the last show. I forgot what we was talking about, and I was like, the Yankees got to go out there, and they can't go out there playing like someone who's all hat and no cattle, right?
Yeah. Hey! Oh my God! That's it. That's a good one.
Right? That was a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, all hat, no cattle.
Facts,
yeah, baby.
All right, switching the conversation over to the star of the show last night. Love you more, Grace. Is Mr. Devin Williams, who came into the game with a 3-run lead. And I'm gonna tell you this right now: I was nervous when Devin was coming into the game. I was extremely nervous, not knowing what we was going to get from Mr. Devin Williams. First run came in. Then you had the winning runs on second and third.
Yes.
But the way he was able to strike out, and again, I put the helmet on because I took the helmet off when they had the 3-run lead, and then I put the helmet on, and he struck out the next 3 batters, strike. But I want to get your thoughts, Ace. What was going through your mind, and then toss it over to Grace because Yankee fans were crashing out on Twitter.
Oh, I was too. You can go back and look. I was snapping on that, especially okay. The Manford man is one thing, right? You give up a single up the middle, the run scores. Luckily, we got those 3 insurance runs. But when that ball got hit on a double, I'm like, as the late great DMX once said, here we go again. Same old, just a different day. Like I was beside myself. Like Boone did it again. But Boone showed faith in the boy, and he came up, did his thing, ended up striking out 3. And that's a momentum building. And I like to see the hype from Devin Williams as he comes off the mound, too, because this is a guy that has lost his job almost every step of the way. He is in a contract year. He could also be costing himself millions of dollars as well with how he's performing as well. So it is hard for him. The Yankee fans from jump have never embraced this guy. But like I had said, when there's trouble, you call DW. Darkwing Duck. Devin Williams comes in and he absolutely shuts the shit down. But he did his damn thing. I'm throwing them at y'all left and right. But also honorable mention to Luke Weaver as well. Like I wanted to say this segment.
Thank you.
Luke Weaver in his last 5 outings, right? 7 strikeouts. How many hits has he gotten up? Do you guys want to guess how many hits he's given up in that last 5 outings?
I think including last night, the home run. I would say
last night. No, he didn't give a home run last night. He struck out with the base. He struck him out with the base.
And so it was the other. He gave up one. There was that home run.
One hit, and no runs in the last 5 outings with 7 strikeouts. So Luke Weaver, the bullpen is forming up nicely right now. So it's like this is why you need a guy like Devin Williams to be able to add on. I still don't want him closing. You know, I still trust David Bednard. Bednard gave it up last night, no doubt. But I look at that as one of those things that happened. Like the ghost of George Steinbrenner kept that ball in the field yesterday, and just to give the Yankees some momentum. But Devin Williams came in despite all the adversity he's gotten throughout the year and absolutely showed out. And this is the type of stuff that can get you feeling good when we need him most. And if you can get a guy like Devin Williams to get right, you got Williams, Weaver, you got Bednard and Duvall. Those are 4, and Tim Hill. Those are 5 good pitchers that are in the circle of trust that you can go out there and dominate a post season series.
That's it, Ace. And don't forget who's coming back. Guess who's back? Cruz. Cruz is on the way. It's going to be on like Donkey Kong. We got Donkey Kong. We got Power Rangers. We got Darkwing Duck. What else?
That better not be no shade. You over there talking about Power Rangers. That better not be no shade.
I texted you. Hector's like, I put on the Red Ranger, blah, blah. And I said, what did I say? I said it's morphin' time.
I
said the same thing.
He said the same thing.
Well, we do know who the best Power Ranger is. That's Tommy Oliver. We do know that one.
Clearly.
Shout out to my man C Money with the $4.99 super chat. Devin Williams, I guess I got my swagger back.
I got my swagger back.
That video that I made last night and put it out out on social.
Awesome.
Don't you guys just feel happy for the boy when he does well though? With as much shit as he's taking, like you gotta feel happy for him.
100%. Shout out to Bush on TikTok as well.
It really felt like he wanted to do it for his teammates last night. You know, when he completed it, he didn't roar to himself and walk away. He went to his guys. He went to Wells. He went to, he was with his team celebrating. You could tell he did it because I think he dug deep down in his soul and said, I'm not going to be the one to end the team's momentum. And somewhere deep inside, he found the strength to keep that runner on second base. I was so nervous. And we all were, right? And he came up with the outs. And the Yankees are rolling right now. I mean, if it would have been a catastrophe if he came in and gave up the game.
Oh God, Grace!
Gave up a walk-off or whatever.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, and I'm gonna keep it 100% honest. I had the Yankees losing. I had the Yankees going into extra innings. I had it marked in my book. The Yankees was losing. I was telling everybody on the stream, well, look at this. Yankees are losing because that's the vibes we've gotten from this team for quite a while. Since the start of June, the June swoon, as Yankee fans love to point out there because of Aaron Boone. A couple of weeks ago, we lose this game, but for some, and now it feels like the Yankees they figured it out. Again, you got to beat who's in front of you. They're taking advantage of their schedule. Every other team takes advantage of their schedule. Like Ace said, this is the perfect opportunity for a team to get hot going into the gauntlet that is September, when you have to face the Red Sox, when you have to face the Blue Jays, when you have to face the Astros, the Detroit Tigers, et cetera, et cetera. You need to get hot going into those series. You can't go into those series limping. You can't go into those series struggling the way you have been struggling. So this is a course correction, 7-1 in the past 8 games. I want a video that I want to play because it is Mr. Luke Weaver's birthday. So shout out to Luke Weaver. So we're going to take this time just to enjoy some Luke Weaverdom, right? Because Luke Weaver is a funny guy.
I'm Luke Weaver, and my scouting report is I'm not as tough as I look. I'm not superstitious, I'm just a little stitious. I'm not being the biggest guy on the team. I look at Judge and Stan, and I just think, like, that could be me, but I'm going to stay in my lane, and we always need a small guy on the team or a wiry guy.
What makes you built for that?
Well, it's sure not my size, my physique, even though I feel like being wiry is a very internally strong, foundational attribute. I mentioned that I am. Calories are always a good friend of mine. Oh, Dad, I don't want to hear it anymore. Zeros are... They're great. I don't know if the real world loves zeros. I think it's maybe negative, but we love zeros.
The off day tomorrow, did you have the inkling that he might use you for more than 3 outs tonight?
I'm gonna act like I know what that word means. I think it means subtle.
How do you keep it light back there?
Oh, infinity amount of ways. Pilates, routines, I don't know what the word vibe, Honora. Just having a little attitude out there. I'm a silent assassin.
Your stuff is also ticking up a little bit, your fastball. Why do you think that is?
Probably like orange juice. Those are cliches. Local orange juice, you know, we get a little bit of pulp. The pulp is where it's at.
How amped up were you when you ran out there in the 9th inning with a save opportunity?
Well, I can give you the correct answer. I couldn't see straight. I was blacked out for the most part. The falsetto, high-pitched voice that you rip. Falsetto. It's a falsetto, I believe. Music people. Chris Stapleton is the man. But I'm also over there caring.
Describe what those feelings are like when you get out of a big inning.
Yeah, I think it's a lot like when you see the ice cream truck and your parents say yes, and then you just kind of black out.
I'm going to tell Michael K. you need more smiles out of him, too.
Is he not smiling?
He hasn't been smiling enough, I don't think.
You tell him to come and see me.
Shout out to the funny and hilarious Luke Weaver. Happy birthday, Mr. Luke.
That's awesome. Yeah. We love Weaver. He is rounding back into postseason form, and it's just perfect timing. Like we started the show with, getting hot now. Weaver coming back. Devin Williams building up some sort of confidence so he can contribute in some way. Cruz coming back. Yarbrough coming back. Judge is amping up. Giancarlo is hotter than a freaking red hot poker, and it's perfect timing. We're headed, y'all. We're back. Are we back? We're back.
I don't know. I think we're back. I think we're back. Ace, what are you thinking?
Close. I gotta wait till this series coming up is definitely going to be all telling. Like, you got at the very minimum, you got to take 2 out of 4, because then that keeps you right in the same place that you're at, because we are in that top wild card spot. 3 out of 4 would be great. Dare I say 4 out of 4 would be amazing. That would be incredible. And then you got to handle your business. Like I said, that last 2 weeks is going to be determined. Like the first 2 weeks of September, if you can start getting hot, which the Yankees have gotten now, ride this momentum, beat Boston, the 6-game set versus the bottom teams, and then you get a good record in those 2 weeks, dude, I'm going to say World Series is definitely back on if you handle your business there. So let's get it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, right? And Eddie put this in the chat. Shout out to Eddie Snaps, who is in the building. Weaver was definitely rushed back early, and I think that's true. The Yankees, they needed someone to step up, especially because that's the time that Fernando Cruz first got injured. And I think who else got injured as well around that? It was another reliever who got injured as well.
Leiter
and the
Jr. got injured.
Leiter Jr. There you go.
Injured.
And then Loaizaga. And
we were going through it.
And then talking about Loaizaga, it came out yesterday. Loaizaga, he's done for the season with his flexor strain. That flexor strain is the same thing that Aaron Judge got, but the difference is Loaizaga is a pitcher, so he's going to have to sit for the next 2 or 3 weeks, start up a whole throwing program. And it sucks, man, because Jonathan Loaizaga is a guy that when he first came up, and again, I've had conversations with him at the stadium, awesome human being, awesome individual, phenomenal baseball arm. It's just injuries has been something that he's always dealt with for his entire career, going back to when he was in the Yankees development system. And I always like to point out to people, you guys see a lot of young, especially Latino baseball players, they have a lot of tattoos, specifically right over here. And it's because of all the arm surgeries they've been to, and they get the tattoos to cover it. And that's something that Jonathan Loaizaga, if you look at his first big league appearance, just look at his arm and how many scar marks he had from the amount of surgeries he's had.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate. It just didn't end up working out, and I believe he'll be a free agent in this offseason as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Where he lands. I don't think it'll be back with the New York Yankees.
Yeah,
I agree. Hopefully he recovers and can get another opportunity, because these are these players' dreams at the end of the day. You never want to see injuries derail your dreams and stuff that you can't control, no doubt. But he's just going to be a guy that will always say, like, this guy had electric stuff, had a lot of potential, just couldn't stay healthy, unfortunately.
Yeah. He falls into that conversation with the Brian Brunis of the world, the Scott Proctors of the world. What could have been Joel Zamaya, who burst onto the scene with a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. Then he was playing Guitar Hero, and then he messed up. He got, like, I forgot what happened to him, but it's because he was playing Guitar Hero. He got injured and was never the same. So I hope he's able to recover. I hope he's able to bounce back and latch himself onto another team. I just don't think he'll be back with the New York Yankees. But Grace and Ace, we're going to get ready to wrap things up. Grace, I'm going to toss it over to you since you've been recovering. You've been on the IL. Grace is returning from the IL today. So what has been on your mind over the past week when it comes to the New York Yankees?
I heard them say, by the way, a couple days ago that Cody Bellinger was sick. And he had, like, flu-like symptoms, and he was sick, and he played through it. I think he hit at least 1 home run, maybe 2 home runs that day. And then the next day he got to sit because he's been sick. And when they mentioned that, and I was sick at the same exact time, I was like, bro, I cannot imagine having to go out and play a baseball game right now in the state that I am in. And it just reminds you, and it goes to show you, we don't know everything that's going on with these players and all the stuff that they go through on a daily basis, all of their things on their mind, the things affecting them. Are they sick? Have they eaten? Are they dehydrated? You know what I mean? Like, all these different things that go into a game, and we sit here and criticize them, and that's fine. That's our, we're fans. That's what we do. It's all with love. We love the Yankees. At the end of the day, we want to win. But it was a very well-timed reminder in my life, because I was like, there ain't no way I could go out there right now. So that's what I've been thinking about. But apparently, 9 home runs in 1 game the other day. Trent Grisham's been on fire. I love my Texas boy, my Tarrant County boy, Trent Grisham. I got my cowboy hat, y'all. Hector mailed me the cowboy hat from the other night, y'all. Can't nobody without wearing this. Ooh. Anyway, I'm just so glad to be back, and I missed you. Yankees are hot, so I'm feeling good. I'm still recovering a little bit, but I'm back.
Nice. It's glad to have you back. I definitely missed you. Shout out to Ace who stepped up and has filled in. I love talking baseball with my brother Ace. Guys, if you guys can, that's the Discord that me and Brian started alongside Future, Ghost, and my good friend Nabila from Latino Sports. It's called Off the Timeline. Brian and I, we've been promoting it over the past couple of weeks on our social media platforms, on YouTube as well, but it's called Off the Timeline. It is a Discord server for sports fans, for sports content creators, so you guys can come together and build community. When it comes to sports in 2025, it kind of gets a little bit annoying having to deal with a lot of bots and AI trolls that are out there. So if you guys want authentic growth, if you guys want to be able to build a community, join Off the Timeline. Like I said, it's great conversations with great people. The link is in the chat right there. Link in the description of the video as well. Ace, let's get your final take when it comes to this team before we dip on out of here, because I got to be at the Yankee game later on tonight. I got to be at the stadium by 3 o'clock, so I got to go take a shower and get all pretty.
Nice. And I hope you enjoy that, and I hope the Yankees get a W. Big series coming up. It's as simple as that. I was listening to Aaron Boone talk to John Boy and company when they were doing a banter with Boone, and they were trying to get it out of Boone to say, like, is this as important? And Boone is going to downplay it as much as he can because that's what you're supposed to do. But this is an important series. It's okay for fans to say that this is important. Like, get up for this team. The Red Sox get up for the Yankees. It's not beneath us to say this is important. We have to go out there and smack this team. Like, the Red Sox were the beginning of our downfall. That June 13th, it was the 13th or the 15th, one of those days. They were the beginning of our downfall. Now it's time to put an official end to the swoon right here by going out there and smacking the Sox.
Nice.
I just got to say, John, the Beagle Dad, the Discord, it's a separate Discord than the one from Yankees Country. So if you join, I appreciate you. Shout out to Stephen B, who said that he just joined. And I agree with you 100% because I was watching that conversation he was having with John Boy and them. And I thought the same thing. He's not going to tell. And the thing, you could pry and try to poke, and that's why Boone came to a point. I was like, all right, can we move on or whatever? Like, you're not going to get that from Aaron Boone. Like it's 2025. It's August 21st, and I get it. Like they have a job to do, because if we had Aaron Boone, we'll be doing the same thing. I know I would be. So I get it, but understanding where Aaron Boone is, he's not going to say that, yeah, one series is more important than the other series, because you don't want to shit on your competition that's in front of you that you're playing. It's just, you have respect. It's a decorum. It's an unwritten rule. You have some guys that did that back in the day, and if they did that, cool. Kudos to them. That's not the manager that we have that's running the New York Yankees, and that's Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone is a totally different person. He respects the game of baseball, and that's how he's going to be. So I look forward to the series. The Yankees, Luis Hill is on the mound tonight. Who's pitching for the Red Sox? I got to see real quick. Go ahead, Grace. I thought you wanted to say
All I was going to say was, but the players know. The players know. So you don't need Aaron Boone to say it out loud on the internet. The players know that these games count for more in the standings. So
I was just going to say, when you look at the matchup for tonight, Luis Hill is on the mound. Let me bring up the numbers on the screen for you guys so we could just make a
Giolito.
Yeah, Giolito, so we could just make a score prediction real quick. So Lucas Giolito versus Luis Hill. When you look on the stats for the season, Luis Hill 1-1 coming back from his IL stint, a 5.14 ERA, a 1.64 WHIP, and 14 innings. He's given up 15 hits, 14 strikeouts, 8 walks, 1 home run. His last start is when you seen the walks start coming down and he start looking like the old Luis Hill that he was last year before the injury. And when you look at the matchup predictor, they have the Yankees at a 52% chance when it comes to winning this game.
Yeah,
I like that. I'll take that odd. I'll take those odds. I feel like Ace. I feel like we got to take 2. If we take 2 out of the 4, I'll be really happy. If we take more than that, it'll be bonus. But we got to get 2. That's my goal. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And if we can come out that way, we have like we said at the beginning of the episode, we have a lot of games coming up against teams that are below 500. So if we come out of this series even, and then we go into the matchups that we have next week and we do really well, that's a plan for success that I think we can execute. This is not reaching for the stars, okay? This is a realistic expectation and plan, and I think we can do it.
Yeah. John the Beagle said, I hope you don't mind puppy shorts to lighten the mood. Listen, I love me some puppy videos on TikTok. But no, I agree with you, Grace, because the one thing I have been saying is that when it comes to this stretch with the New York Yankees, we don't have to go on a 15, 20 game winning streak. All we have to do is win the series, take 2 out of 3. Will I love a sweep? Yeah, I think every Yankee fan will love a sweep, especially against the Boston Red Sox. But 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. And that's what the Yankees should focus on tonight. But folks in the chat, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We had over 100 people watching us collectively. We're sitting at 32 likes on YouTube. If you guys can, smack that like button. Let's run it up. Let's try to get to 50 likes on the stream. Grace, did you see the whole realignment thing with Major League Baseball? Real quick, 30 seconds. Let's get a hot take from Grace. 30 seconds. Wow.
I don't want it. I don't like it. I don't want it. I usually I'm down for change and whatever, but in this case, I don't like it. I don't know. That's just my feeling right now. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You don't want to be in the same division as the Mets and the Phillies and the Yankees and Red Sox. You don't want that.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I like it. I don't know. I think it's a money grab. And I'm like, hey, if y'all are worried about people watching the games, why don't you make it easier for people to watch the games and stop making us switch from Apple TV to Prime to local station to Gotham Sports app to this and that and how about y'all do that instead of realigning the divisions? Baseball's about tradition. I like to change things and be progressive, and I like to improve, but there's a difference between improving and money grabbing and changing and not, I don't know, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead type of change is different, and I don't like it, but, maybe I'm old, who knows?
What about expansion, though? What about adding 2 teams? Are you good with that? Because Nashville might get one, and
yeah, Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that. That's fine. Put a team in Fort Worth.
Great. Ace and I was talking on the last show. If there's a team, I would love a team in Puerto Rico. And I was telling Ace, if they was to have a team in Puerto Rico, Grace, I'm packing up my bags and I'm moving to PR to go work and cover that team.
That would be so dope.
Say that right now. But guys, again, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like always, I'm your guy, Hector.
I'm Grace Monroe.
I'm the Ace.
And this has been the Yankees
Morning Brew. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Hey, I like that. Y'all come back now, y'all. But guys, make sure you guys subscribe to my man, the Ace Avenue. Ace, like always, thank you so much for joining us. The link to his channel is in the description of the video. Follow him on Twitter, and I want to get him more active on the TikTok. I'm gonna keep on annoying him when it comes to TikTok.
You got me thinking that, because now, like, I'm wondering, like, where did I start hearing TikTok from? Because of you. So now I'm thinking that in my head.
Shout out to you, Ace. I appreciate you. We appreciate everybody that's in the building. TC Stills, let's do a little bit of the roll call as we get ready to tune out. TC Stills, we appreciate you. Our good friend Tina, like always, we appreciate you being one of the best moderators that are out there. Theo AA was in the building. Big time Jerry Cadell. We love you, Jerry. He says, great show as usual, gang. You're flying high. God bless you all. Remember, do something nice for others. You're blessed, so bless others. Absolutely. My man C Money in the building is how you doing? John the Beagle Dad, appreciate all of you guys. Jacob Pedruzzi, anybody else that was here. Joel at Consigliere. Joe Consigliere, Theo Nosebleed section. Appreciate everybody for the super chats, everybody for the likes, the subscribes. But until next time, deuces, arriba the dirty, and be back, y'all.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.